the reason we're driving down this road right now is that we're getting closer to the river, right? The parents are paying the smugglers to have their children smuggled. Thus, the cartels will smuggle the children up to the riverbanks. They'll walk up the riverbanks and they'll come into Border Patrol custody. After they come into Border Patrol custody, we'll give them to HHS, Health and Human Services. Health and Human Services will now contact the parents that originally paid to have the children smuggled, and HHS will tell the parents, here are your kids. So essentially, we facilitated the smuggling of these children. We completed that smuggling cycle.
Yep, we're the last mile delivery.
So last week, these are the two unaccompanied children that I ran into. 8-year-olds and 5-year-old by themselves, right in this road.
So here we go. Walking. There you go.
¿Cómo están?
These guys are having a field day. They're making $14 million a day in human trafficking and making probably multiple times that in illicit drugs.
The river is right to our right side, or to our right-hand side. And I think what they wanted to do was to see if we would encounter other groups walking along this route.
Well, we're down along the river, Rio Grande, and there are groups coming across the border. We just saw under the bridge where they actually detained them, but we've seen groups come up the road here. They've crossed the river and they're coming into the country.
It's a very dangerous trip. A lot of these particularly children are coming from other countries, being exploited by traffickers, and just a really tragic situation which cries out for a solution.
Watch out for the branches.
Just be very careful, too. I will. There you go. Thank you. Those are the signs that the children that come by themselves have to follow, or the family unit. It's horrible. It's horrible.
I just cannot imagine putting a child on this journey. I just can't imagine.
It's horrible.
I saw a 2-year-old last night being held by a complete stranger, brought over by a stranger.
This is horrible.
This is a route that people take to come to turn themselves in. This path is marked so that people will know where to go to find a detention facility. They're not trying to avoid detection, they're trying to get caught. There's a loophole in our law that incentivizes people to bring 6-year-old children with them, because the Biden administration has changed the law so if you got a 6-year-old, you can't be deported.
There are literally signs on the ground pointing these migrants in the direction to the Border Patrol agents, because they're not running away from the Border Patrol, they're running to the Border Patrol because they know that Joe Biden's policies enable them to stay in this country even when they have no legal right to stay in this country. We may be facing very soon 250,000 migrants crossing our border every month.
All right, so if we can get as many people down as we can, so we've got a bunch of smugglers that are talking to us right now.
So there was another light right here, and now the smugglers will be bringing down routes.
Hey, so real quick, this is...
You hear them? Those are the smugglers getting ready to bring their people over.
So they really tell you, hey, we're coming?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because they know what's going to happen. We're going to take them away. And they'll sit here and make fun of us. They'll laugh at us.
Well, I don't blame them.
Yeah.
So the smugglers are on the other side. They're waving flashlights and they're talking. We can hear them.
No, but you can see the flashlight here, and we can hear them talking. Matter of fact, we could even yell back and forth at them.
They're saying, Viva Biden.
We're on the edge of the Rio Grande. Right across is Mexico. The lights you see there are smugglers bringing in families and children. They know the law. They know the change in President Biden's policies. They know that if the child is 6 years old or younger, they will be released into the United States. And you're not going to stop this as long as we practice catch and release.
What we're hearing over there, according to our Border Patrol experts, those are cartel members who are actually shouting. So they're getting ready to smuggle some more folks across.
They are right there.
And they can see the flashlights over there. But the voices we're hearing are likely cartel members here. They're getting paid thousands of dollars per person to bring across the Rio Grande. We're on the trails that the illegals will come up. And I passed probably about 20 yards back there, a yellow arrow. They literally have stopped building the wall. Instead now are putting arrows down to direct where the illegals go so they can be apprehended and processed. It's absolutely crazy.
You can read about this, you can see it on the news, but being on the ground here, seeing it, seeing the people, talking to the people, talking to our heroic border patrol agents, that's the way you learn. So, Mr. President, Madam Vice President, you need to get down here.
This has been truly extraordinary. It's midnight. We're on the banks of the Rio Grande, and across the river, we can hear the sounds of cartel members taunting us, yelling at us. They're exploiting vulnerable women and children. They are smuggling drugs into this country. This system is inhumane. It's dangerous.
We need to figure out how to address this, and we need to do it now.
Just a really tragic situation, a great reminder that we've got a broken immigration policy and that the changes that have been made by the Biden administration are contributing mightily to a lot of the challenges that these Border Patrol personnel are facing.
Control of the border is the federal government's responsibility, and local landowners, business owners, and others basically are stuck with the policies passed in Washington, D.C. And right now, what they're telling us is those policies are not working. They're being exploited by the human smugglers who make a lot of money by the head of people that make their way into the country.
It's a humanitarian crisis, and frankly, this all could have been avoided.